Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Diversity of Plant Zone. In this channel, you can get every information related to plants and their diversity throughout the world. Before starting this video, I request you all to please subscribe my YouTube channel. Today's topic of my video is about Morphology of Leaf Part 2. As I have divided this video into many parts, so today I will discuss its second part. I hope that you will enjoy this video. So let's start the video. First of all, I will discuss about the leaf venation. Leaf venation. Venation is defined as the arrangement of veins and the veinlets in the leaves. So different plants show the different types of venation. The arrangement of veins and veinlets in the lamina of a leaf is called as venation. System or disposition of the veins in the leaves. Generally, there are two types of venation. The first type is reticulate venation and second type is parallel venation. Reticulate venation. In a reticulate venation, the veinlets are randomly arranged and form a complex network of veinlets. For example, dicotyledonous plants like a rose plant. In this type of venation, there may be one or more midribs from which smaller veins branch off to form a conspicuous network. Reticulate venation, like parallel venation, may be unicostate or multicostate. So, in case of unicostate, if the leaf has single midrib from which the lateral branches arise, which run towards the margin of the leaf, as in the mango, peepal and guava, etc. On the other hand, in multicostate venation, if many midribs present, all about equal in size and arising from one point at the base of the lamina, multicostate reticulate venation is again divided into two types. First type is convergent multicostate reticulate venation, and the second type is the divergent multicostate reticulate venation. So in case of convergent multicostate reticulate venation, this type of venation may be when midrib arises from the base of the leaf and converge towards the apex. On the other hand, in divergent multicostate reticulate venation, when midrib arises from the base of the leaf and diverge towards the margin of the leaf, as in the castor oil plant. Leaf venation. This is the reticulate venation as shown in the figure. So in a reticulate venation, the veinlets are randomly arranged and form a complex network of veinlets as shown in the figure. This is again the reticulate venation as shown in the figure. Again, this is a reticulate venation. These are small veins and this is one of the prominent vein or midrib. So midrib is a prominent vein. Veinlets are randomly arranged and form a complex network of veinlets in the reticulate venation. So this is a unicostate reticulate venation in mango leaf. So in unicostate, if the leaf has single midrib from which the lateral branches arise and which run towards the margin of the leaf, an example is the mango leaf. as shown in the figure. This is again unicostate reticulate venation in mango leaves as shown in the figure. This is unicostate reticulate venation in peepal leaf as shown in the figure. So this is a unicostate reticulate venation in peepal leaves as shown in the figure. And the next example of the unicostate reticulate venation is the guava leaf as shown in the figure. Again, this is a unicostate reticulate venation in guava leaves. So the types of the reticulate venation. The first type is the unicostate reticulate. Second type is multicostate reticulate or convergent. And the third type is multicostate reticulate divergent. So in unicostate reticulate, leaf has a single midrib. Leaf has a single midrib from which the lateral branches arise and which run towards the margin of the leaf. On the other hand, in the multicostate reticulate venation convergent, in this case, when midrib arises from the base of the leaf and converges towards the apex. In the third case, in multicostate reticulate divergent, midrib arises from the base of the leaf and diverges towards the margin of the leaf, as shown in the figure. Again, these are the types of reticulate venation, and the first type is unicostate. You can see in this figure that this is the midrib, these are lateral veins, and this is the veinlet reticulation. In the figure B, you can see that this is multicostate convergent. In this case, these are the principal veins. This is the veinlet reticulation. And in the third, figure C, you can see that this is the multicostate divergent. In this case, these are the principal veins, and this is the veinlet reticulation as shown in the figure. So next I am going to discuss about the parallel venation. So in a parallel venation, the veinlets run parallel to each other. For example, in the monocotyledons like a pardee, in this type of venation, the many veins about equal in size run parallel to each other from the base to the apex of the leaf, or from the midrib outward to the margin of the leaf. So this type of venation is characteristic of monocot leaves and is found in grasses, cereals, onions, banana, etc. So parallel venation may be again divided into two types, and the first type is unicostate and the second type is multicostate. So in case of unicostate, if there is one midrib in the lamina, and in the case of multicostate, if many midribs are present. So multicostate parallel venation is the gain of two types. And first type is convergent multicostate parallel venation, and second type is divergent multicostate parallel venation. In case of convergent multicostate parallel venation, if midribs converge towards apex. In case of divergent multicostate parallel venation, if midribs diverge towards the margin of the leaf, as in the fan palms. So in leaf venation, this is a parallel venation as shown in the figure. In parallel venation, the veinlets run parallel to each other as shown in the figure. This is again a parallel venation as shown in the figure. These are veins which are parallel to each other, you can see in this figure. So the first example of the parallel venation is in grasses. You can clearly see in this figure. This is parallel venation in rice as shown in the figure. Parallel venation in onions. This is the parallel venation in bananas as shown in the figure. So the types of parallel venation. First type is the unicostate parallel venation. Second type is multicostate parallel convergent. And the third type is multicostate parallel divergent. In case of unicostate, if there is one midrib in the lamina, and in case of the multicostate convergent parallel venation, if the midribs converge towards the apex. And so according to multicostate parallel divergent, if midribs diverge towards the margin of the leaf as shown in the figure. These are again the types of the parallel venation. The first type is parallel pinnate or unicostate. Second type is parallel palmate or divergent. And the third type is parallel pinnate convergent as shown in the figure. Again, these are the types of parallel and reticulate venation. So first you can see this is a parallel pinnate unicostate. In the next figure you can see this is palmate divergent multicostate. In the third figure you can see this is parallel convergent multicostate. In the fourth figure you can see this is reticulate pinnate unicostate. In the fifth one, you can see this is a reticulate convergent multicostate. And in the sixth one, you can see this is a reticulate divergent unicostate. Leaf venation. In the figure A, this is a reticulate unicostate venation. In the figure B, this is a reticulate multicostate divergent venation. And figure C is reticulate multicostate convergent venation. Figure D is about parallel unicostate, and figure E is about parallel, and figure F is about multicostate convergent. So the next I am going to discuss about the dichotomous venation, a vascular arrangement in leaves such that the veins are forked, with each vein dividing at intervals into small veins of approximately equal size. Some leaves show the dichotomous venation. For example, in the ginkgo biloba, the veins branch from each other like tree branches. Veins contain the vascular bundles, and vascular bundles, for example, xylem and phloem, cells which transport the water and minerals to the leaf lamina and sugar to the rest of the plant parts, respectively. Leaf venation, this is a dichotomous venation in the ginkgo biloba, as shown in the figure. Again, this is the dichotomous venation in ginkgo biloba. Again, this is a dichotomous venation in the ginkgo biloba. So in this case, a vascular arrangement in leaves such that the veins are forked, with each vein dividing at intervals into the small veins of approximately equal size. So these are the types of venation. In the figure A, you can see this is parallel venation, figure B is reticulate venation, and figure C is the dichotomous venation. So next, I am going to discuss about the shape of leaf lamina. The leaf lamina has following shapes, and the first shape is the linea, long and narrow leaf. For example, many grasses. Second is the lanceolate, which is lance-shaped leaf. For example, in bamboo and nerium, etc. Third is the round or orbicular. So leaf with the circular leaf blade. For example, in the lotus, garden, nasturtium, etc. Fourth type is the elliptical and ellipse-shaped leaf. For example, in the guava or jack, etc. Fifth type is the ovate leaf with an egg-shaped leaf lamina. For example, slightly broader at the base than at the apex. For example, in the banyan, China rose, etc. Sixth type is the spatulate, the spatula-shaped leaf. For example, broad and round at the top and narrower towards the base. For example, in the calendula and in the drosera. Seventh type is the oblique, so leaf with the two unequal halves. For example, the begonia. Eighth is the oblong, leaf with a wide and long leaf lamina. Here the two margins run more or less straight up, for example in the banana. And the ninth type is the reniform, kidney-shaped leaf. For example, Indian paniwort. And the 10th type is the caudate, leaf with the heart-shaped leaf lamina. For example, in the beetle. 11th is the obcordate, inversely heart-shaped leaf blade. For example, in the wood sorrel. 12th, sagittate, leaf with an arrow-shaped leaf blade. For example, arrowhead and some aroids. Next is the hestate, sagittate leaves with its two lobes directed outside. For example, in the water bindweed and in the typhonium. 14th is the lyrate. So this is a lyre shaped leaf lamina. For example, with a large terminal lobe and some smaller lateral lobes. For example, in the radish, mustard, etc. 15th is the acicular, long, narrow and cylindrical leaf. For example, needle shaped. And for example, in pine, a gymnosperm. And 16th is the cuneate, which is a wedge-shaped leaf. For example, water lettuce. So, Shape of the leaf lamina. This is the linear shape of the leaf lamina. So linear shape is long and narrow leaf are included in the linear shape of the leaf lamina. Long and narrow leaves are present in it, as shown in the figure. So second is the lanceolate shape of the leaf lamina. In this case, a lance-shaped leaf is present. So third is the round or orbicular shape of the leaf lamina. In this case, leaf with a circular leaf plate is present, as shown in the figure. Next is the elliptical shape of the leaf lamina. In this case, an ellipse-shaped leaf is present, as shown in the figure. So these leaves are usually ellipse-shaped. So next is the ovate shape of the leaf lamina. In ovate shape of leaf lamina, leaf with an egg-shaped leaf lamina which is slightly broader at the base than at the apex, as shown in the figure. And the next is the spatulate shape of the leaf lamina. In spatulate shape of leaf lamina, a spatula-shaped leaf which is broad and round at the top and narrower towards the base, or this is also known as the spatulate or spoon-shaped leaf. Next is the oblique shape of leaf lamina. In this case, the leaf with two unequal halves, as shown in the figure. This leaf has two unequal halves. Next is the oblong shape of leaf lamina. So in this case, you can see this is a leaf with a wide and long leaf lamina. So here the two margins run more or less straight up. So this is a oblong shape of leaf lamina. Next is the reniform shape of leaf lamina. In this case, a kidney-shaped leaf is present. As you can see in this figure, kidney-shaped leaf is present. And in this type, cordate shape of leaf lamina. In this type, the leaf with a heart-shaped leaf lamina. This is usually a heart-shaped leaf lamina. And example of these is beetle. Next is the obcordate shape of leaf lamina. So, in obcordate, this is inversely heart-shaped leaf plate. Inversely heart-shaped leaf plate is present in it. An example is wood sorrel. So next is the sagittate shape of the leaf lamina. In this case, leaf with an arrow-shaped leaf plate. So, sagittate or arrowhead-shaped leaf is present in this sagittate shape of leaf lamina. Next is the hestate shape of leaf lamina. In this case, sagittate leaf with its two lobes directed outside. So example of these are water, bindweed and typhonium, as shown in the figure. So this is a lyrate shape of leaf lamina. In lyrate shape of leaf lamina, a lyre-shaped leaf lamina with the large terminal lobe and some smaller lateral lobes. An example of these are radish and mustard. So this is the acicular shape of leaf lamina. In acicular shape of the leaf lamina, in this case the long, narrow and cylindrical leaf is present. For example, needle shaped. An example of these is pine, a gymnosperm. So last is the cuneate shape of leaf lamina. Cuneate shape is also known as a wedge-shaped leaf, and you can see that this is the apex emarginate. Its apex is emarginate. So cuneate shape is usually a wedge-shaped leaf, and this is mostly present in water lettuce as shown in the figure. So these are the different shapes of the leaf lamina. First is the linear shaped. Linear shape is the long and narrow leaf. Many grasses are the example. Next is the oblong. So oblong is the leaf with the wide and long leaf lamina. And here the two margins run more or less straight up. An example is banana. Third is the lanceolate. In the lanceolate, a lens-shaped leaf is present, for example in the bamboo and nerium, etc. Next is the oblanceolate. Oblanceolate, the reverse of lanceolate, with the broadest half above the middle and tapering towards the apex. Or oblanceolate is broader in the upper half and tapering towards the base. And the next is the cuneate. So cuneate is a wedge-shaped leaf. An example is water lettuce. So next is the spatulate. In spatulate, a spatula-shaped leaf is present, which is broad and round at the top and narrower towards the base. An example is calendula and drosera. Next is the ovate. In ovate condition, the leaf with an egg-shaped leaf lamina is present, and example is China rose or banyan. And the next condition is obovate. Obovate, the leaflets of Baccia leaves are obovate. So in that condition, the egg-shaped and broadest near the tip. Or the leaf is egg-shaped but narrow end of the leaf is attached to the shoot, and it is a term which is used for the shape of leaf which is ovate without any division. So next is the elliptical. An ellipse-shaped leaf, for example in the guava or jack, etc. So next leaf is the rhomboid. Rhomboid, which is a kite-shaped leaf, broader below the middle, with the two lower sides are equal and shorter than the two upper. Or rhomboid leaves are triangular-shaped leaves that may or may not have the tooth edgings. Next type of the leaf is the deltoid. The deltoid leaf shape, a simple leaf not divided into the parts, having the form of a triangle with the petiole inserted at the middle of the laminar base with a point at the apex, or form the letter delta in the Greek alphabet, or triangular like a Greek letter delta, bottom two corners often rounded off. Or the Populus deltoides is the most commonly used example of this shape. And the next is the orbicular. So orbicular leaves are circular or almost circular leaves in shape, and this condition is also known as the peltate. So a peltate leaf is a rounded leaf having its petiole attached to the lower surface of the lamina in the center rather than the margin, and they have no sinus reaching into the petiole. Or peltate or umbrella-shaped leaf are characterized by the petiole more or less centrally attached to the lamina on the abaxial side. Next type is the reniform. So Reniform condition is the kidney-shaped leaf, and these leaves are mostly present in the Indian piney wods. And next condition is the cordate. Cordate is the leaf with heart-shaped leaf lamina. For example, these are present in beetle. Again, these are the different shapes of the leaf lamina, and the first shape is the falcate. So, in falcate, uniformly curved, sickle-shaped, or a hook leaf similar to a sickle or beak of a falcon. Next is the orbicular. So, orbicular is usually a next type of the leaf is the orbicular. So orbicular leaves are circular or almost circular. It means that their leaves are circular or almost circular. And the next type of leaves is the cochleate. Cochleate is the third type of the leaf shape. In cochleate, like a shell of the mollusca, in certain ornamental plants the leaves are folded like a shell of the mollusca, and such type of the shape is termed as the cochleate, or a shape or a leaf which is shaped like a snail shell and spirally twisted. Next type is the sabulate. Sabulate, the sabuliform or a awl-shaped, cylindrically long leaf or acuminate shaped leaf like a needle or an awl, linear and tapering to a fine point. So this is a awl-shaped leaf which is usually ending in a point. So next is the cuneate. So cuneate is a wedge-shaped leaf which is mostly present in the water lattice. So first, then comes linear. Linear is usually a long or narrow shaped leaf which is present in many grasses. Next is the sagittate. So sagittate is a leaf with an arrow-shaped leaf blade. For example, arrowhead and some aroids are the example. Next type is hestate, and hestate is a sagittate leaf with its two lobes directed outside. For example, water bindweed and typhonium. And the next type is the penduriform. Penduriform is a fiddle shape, a leaf which has the form of a fiddle or a violin. So pendurate or penduriform applied in botany to an obovate leaf which is contracted above the base. So the next type is the lacerate. Lacerate and auriculate. In lacerate condition, the margin of a leaf shape having the edge cut or fringed or scalloped, margins irregularly cut, appearing a torn leaf. In case of the auriculate, halberd shaped leaf or earlobe shaped leaf base which is attached to the petiole. Earlobe shaped leaf base which is attached to the petiole. So the English oak is an outstanding example of this characteristic, and that is used to easily distinguish it from the other oaks such as the white oak. So in the condition of the lacerate and auriculate, the leaf that seems to have been torn, which is equipped with the auricles. So next type of the leaf is lobate. Lobate means a leaf which is divided into lobes. Lobed leaves have distinct rounded or pointed projections while the unlobed leaves do not. So the next type of the leaf or last type is the flabellate. Flabellate. So flabellate means fan shaped and may refer to the flabellate, a leaf shape in plants, flabellate and antenna shape in insects, as shown in the figure. So again, these are the different types of shapes of leaves are here. First type is the asymmetrical. So in asymmetrical, may either have each sides entirely unequal. So each side is entirely unequal, middle leaf, or only have the bases unequal, right hand leaf. And the next type is the acuminate. So the next type is the acuminate leaf, shaped like a needle or an awl, which is shaped like a needle or a awl, linear and tapering to a fine point. So acuminate means a needle shaped leaf. And the next one is the mucronate. Mucronate is a leaf with an extended central vein, or apiculate mucronate. The leaf apex, which ends in a short protruding point or a sharp point at the apex of the leaf, or a similar structure, for example like a bract. Next type of the shape of leaf is emarginate. Emarginate means which is notched at the end, or a leaf having a notch at the apex, or the apex of the leaf is notched downward towards the petiole at the midvein. Next type is the ovoid. Ovoid egg-shaped leaf, or an egg-shaped leaf which is broader and at the base, with the broader end at the base. And the next type is the cordiform. So cordiform is a heart-shaped, for example the two-dimensional shape of a leaf blade, bract, petal, for example, it is a heart-shaped leaf. And the next is the oblong, elongated shape is present. Next is the spatulate, shaped like a spatula, rounded above and narrowed to the base, or shaped like a spatula. So spatula shaped leaf having a broad rounded apex and narrower base. Next is the oval. So oval shaped leaf has an oval shape. The widest part of the leaf is in the middle, as shown in the figure. And the next type of the leaf is the lanceolate. So lanceolate is usually a lance shaped leaf which is present in mostly bamboo and narium. So the last type is acicular. So acicular, long, narrow and cylindrical leaf which is mostly needle shaped leaf, or pine or gymnosperm mostly contains it. So needle like acicular leaves have a long and very narrow leaf shape with the sides that are almost parallel to each other and are usually more than 10 times longer than broad or just needle shaped leaf. So the next, again, these are the different types of the leaf lamina. The first type is the lobed. So lobed means being divided by the clifts, or maybe pinnately or permately lobed. It means that it is mostly divided into many different types of lobes. Lobes are present in it. Next form is the sabulate, awl shaped with a tapering point. Third is acicular. Acicular means needle like or needle shaped leaf. Linear means long and narrow. Long and very narrow leaf like a blade of a grass. So next is the falcate. Falcate means sickle shaped leaf. Spatulate means spatula shaped leaf. And next is the obovate, teardrop shaped, which is stem attaches to the tapering reversed end. Next is the ovate, egg shaped with the tapering point in widest portion near the petiole. And next is elliptical, so it seems like an elliptical shaped leaf is a flattened oval. The sides are not parallel to each other. Elliptical leaves are a shape that looks like an ellipse and twice as long as broad, with the widest part of the leaf near the middle. And the next type is the deltoid. So deltoid means shaped like a Greek letter delta, triangular with stem attached to the side. So the next type is the flabellate, which is semicircular or fan-like. And the next type is cordate. Cordate means heart shaped with the petiole or stem which is attached to the notch. Next is the reniform. Reniform means kidney shaped or shaped like a kidney with an inward curve on one side is present. So again, these are the different types of the leaf lamina. First type is acicular. Acicular means long, narrow and cylindrical leaf or a needle shaped leaf. Next is the cordate. So cordate leaf with the heart shaped leaf lamina. Deltoid means shaped like a Greek letter delta, triangular with stem attached to the side. Elliptic. Elliptic means flattened oval, the sides are not parallel to each other, or shapes like a ellipse, twice as long as broad, with the widest part of the leaf near the middle. Next is the falcate. So falcate means sickle shaped. Next is the haestate. So haestate means spear shaped, pointed with the barbs, shaped like a spear point with the flaring pointed lobes at the base. And the next is the lanceolate. So lanceolate means long, wider in the middle and shaped like a lance tip. And next is the linear. So linear is long and very narrow, like a blade of grass. Lyrate means shaped like a lyre or pinnately lobed leaf with an enlarged terminal lobe and smaller lateral lobes. So next is obcordate. Heart-shaped stem attaches at the tapering end. And the next is the oblanceolate. Oblanceolate much longer than wide and with the widest portion near the tip reversed lanceolate. Next is oblong, having an elongated form with slightly parallel sides and roughly rectangular. Next is obovate. So obovate, teardrop shaped, stem attaches to the tapering end, reversed ovate. Next is orbicular. So orbicular circular, which means circular. Next is the oval shape. It has an oval shape. The widest part of the leaf is in the middle. Next is ovate. So ovate, egg shaped with the tapering point and the widest portion near the petiole. Next is reniform, kidney shaped leaf. Next is the rancinate, and irregular, sawtooth or pinnately incised, with the lobes or teeth hooked backwards. Next is the sagittate. Sagittate, the leaf with an arrow-shaped leaf plate, for example, arrowhead in some aroids. And last is the spatulate, spoon-shaped, having the broad flat end which tapers to the base, as shown in the figure. So these are the different shapes of the leaf lamina. The first shape is cylindrical, B is acicular, C is linear, D is lanceolate, E is oblanceolate, F is oblong, G is ovate, I is oval, J is cordate, K is spatulate, L is deltoid, M is sagittate, N is sabulate, O is orbicular, P is runiform, Q is hestate, R is oblique, S is lyrate, and T is rancinate, as shown in the figure. So next I am going to discuss the most important topic, the types of the leaves. The two main types of the leaves are found in the plants, and the first type of the leaf is simple leaf and the next type is compound leaf. So first I will discuss that what is meant by the simple leaf. A leaf which may be entire or incised to any depth but not down to the midrib or petiole. So a simple leaf is one in which the lamina is all in one piece. The margins of the leaf are sometimes incised to a greater or lesser extent as found in people. So second type of the leaf is compound leaf. Compound leaf, a leaf which is made up of two or more leaflets, for example pea and several other members of leguminosae. A compound leaf is one in which the lamina is divided into a number of separate leaf-like parts, and that are called leaflets, which arise from one point or are borne on a common stalk or rachis. The compound leaves may be of several types, and they are as follow. First type is palmate compound leaf, and the second is pinnate compound leaf. So these are the types of the leaves. Leaves are divided into two types. First is simple and second is compound. So simple means single, undivided lamina, no incisions or cuts. Compound leaf, the leaf lamina is divided into many leaflets and attached to the midvein or having its stalk. Compound leaves are again divided into two types, and the first is the pinnate compound and the next is the palmate compound. In pinnate compound, the leaflets are present on a common stalk or axis or the rachis. On the other hand, in the palmate compound, the leaflets are attached at the common point at the tip of the petiole. So in the pinnate compound, these are leaflets and this is rachis. On the other hand, you can see a common point in palmate compound leaf. So again, this is a simple leaf. Simple leaf has undivided lamina. This is the midrib or prominent vein. These are petiole, this is petiole, and this is stem. In the second figure, you can again see this is a simple leaf, this is whole leaf, petiole, this is midrib, axillary bud and branch. So this is a compound leaf. In compound leaf, you can see these are leaflets. This is rachis, this is petiole, stipules or terminal leaflet. So it means that compound leaf is divided into many small leaflets as shown in the figure. Again, this is a compound leaf. You can see many leaflets. This is rachis, this is petiole, axillary bud and branch. So this is simple and compound leaf. The first is simple leaf and the second is compound leaf. Again, this is a simple leaf because it has undivided lamina. This is midrib and axillary bud. In the second figure, you can see this is a compound leaf which is divided into many leaflets are present in the compound leaf. Again, this is compound and simple leaf. In this figure, you can see the first figure is compound leaf and second is simple leaf. In compound leaf, it is divided into many small leaflets. This is petiole, leaf and bud. On the other hand, the simple leaf has undivided lamina. This is bud, leaf and petiole. Again, this is a simple leaf and compound leaf. And compound leaf has leaflets. Again, this is a single lamina, and this lamina is divided into a number of leaflets. So it means that simple leaf has single lamina or undivided lamina. On the other hand, the compound leaf has a large number of leaflets. Again, this is a simple leaf, undivided lamina or simple lamina. This is a blade, petiole, bud and stem. So these, on the other hand, compound leaf has a large number of leaflets. This is blade, petiole, bud and stem. Again, this is a simple leaf, and on the in the next figure you can see that compound leaf is divided into two types, and first is palmate compound and the second is pinnate compound. Again, this is a simple leaf, this is pinnately compound leaf, and this is palmately compound leaf. So compound leaf is divided into two types, and the first type is the pinnately compound and second type is palmately compound. So pinnately compound leaf is again divided on two bases. First, based on the pairing of leaflets, and second based on the number of pinnation. Based on pairing of leaflets, the pinnately compound leaf is divided into peripinnate and imperipinnate. On the other hand, based on the number of the pinnation, the pinnately compound leaf is divided into three types. First is unipinnate, bipinnate and tripinnate. On the other hand, the palmately compound leaf is divided into five types. First is unifoliate, bifoliate, trifoliate and quadrifoliate and multifoliate. So compound leaf, pinnately compound leaf is divided on two bases. First, based on the pairing of leaflets into two types, unipinnate or peripinnate and unipinnate and peripinnate. On the other hand, based on the number of pinnations, the pinnately compound leaf is divided into bipinnate and tripinnate. So palmately compound leaf is divided into five types, which is unifoliate, bifoliate, trifoliate, quadrifoliate and multifoliate. So first I will discuss the palmately compound leaf. When the leaflets of a compound leaf come off from one point at the tip of the petiole, the leaf is said to be a palmate compound leaf. Types of palmate compound leaf: if in a palmate compound leaf there is a single leaflet, the leaf is said to be unifoliate, or if two leaflets are present, the leaf is said to be bifoliate or binnate. If three, then trifoliate or ternate, as in oxalis. If many, multifoliate. So, if each leaflet of a trifoliate leaf is itself ternate, the whole leaf is called as biternate. A palmate compound leaf having 5 to 7 leaflets is often described as digitate. So, the different types of the palmate compound leaf are described as follow. First type is the unifoliate. Unifoliate means having one leaflet only, and the example is the citrus. Next is bifoliate, palmate compound leaf with the two leaflets, for example in the Principia. And the next is balanites. Trifoliate, such palmate compound leaf having three leaflets from the same point, for example in oxalis and in Vinia, Trifolium and Melilotus, etc. Fourth type is the quadrifoliate, compound palmate leaf with the four leaflets arising at a common point, for example in the Masselia, a tridophyte. Fifth type is the multifoliate, a compound palmate leaf with the 5 or more leaflets arising at a common point, for example in the Gynandropsis, Pentaphylla or Bombyx seba. So types of the leaves: this is palmately compound leaf. A palmately compound leaf also has leaflets green, but they are all attached at the end of the petiole blue. So this is a palmately compound leaf. It has leaflets which are shown in green. The petiole is represented in blue color. This is twig and this is bud in yellow color. So palmately compound leaf is divided into following types: unifoliate, which has only one leaflet; bifoliate, which has two leaflets; trifoliate 3 leaflet, quadrifoliate 4 leaflets, and multifoliate 5 or more leaflets. Palmately compound leaf. So these are the types of palmately compound leaf. First type is unifoliate, second is bifoliate, third is trifoliate, quadrifoliate, and multifoliate. So this is a unifoliate palmately compound leaf as shown in the figure. So unifoliate palmately compound leaf means it has only one leaflet, and the example is citrus. Again, this is a unifoliate palmately compound leaf as shown in the figure. Again, this is unifoliate palmately compound leaf in citrus. This is a bifoliate palmately compound leaf. So in bifoliate condition, the palmate compound leaf with the 2 leaflets, for example in Principia and Balanites. This is again a bifoliate palmately compound leaf in Principia. This is again a bifoliate palmately compound leaf in Balanites. These are leaflets and this is petiole. This is bifoliate palmately compound leaf in Balanites as shown in the figure. So this is a trifoliate or trifoliate palmately compound leaf. In this condition, such palmate compound leaf having 3 leaflets growing from the same point. So example is the oxalis, Vinia, trifolium, and melilotus. In this figure you can see this is a palmately trifoliate leaf, and the example is the Rus tree lobata. Rus tree lobata, which is also known as the basket bush. Rus tree lobata, which is also known as basket bush. So this is again a trifoliate palmately compound leaf as shown in the figure. Again, this is trifoliate palmately compound leaf in oxalis. These are leaflets and this is petiole. Again, this is trifoliate palmately compound leaf in Vinia. Again, this is trifoliate palmately compound leaf in the trifolium. This is again a trifoliate palmately compound leaf in the melilotus. This is a quadrifoliate palmately compound leaf. So quadrifoliate means that compound palmate leaf within 4 leaflets arising at a common point, and the example is the Marsilia or Marsilia. For example, this is a quadrifoliate palmately compound leaf in the Marsilia. This is petiole and this is quadrifoliate leaf. This is again a quadrifoliate or quadripalmately compound leaf in the Marsilia as shown in the figure. Again, this is quadrifoliate palmately compound in Marsilia. Next is the multifoliate palmately compound leaf. This is a multifoliate palmately compound leaf. Multifoliate means compound palmate leaf with the 5 or more leaflets arising at a common point, and the example is the Gynandropsis pentaphylla or Bombyx seba. This is multifoliate palmately compound leaf in the Gynandropsis or Genandropsis. Again, this is multifoliate palmately compound leaf in Gynandropsis or Genandropsis. Again, this is a multifoliate palmately compound leaf in Bombyx seba. Multifoliate palmately compound leaf in Bombyx seba. So these are the types of palmately compound leaf. First type is unifoliate. This is a leaf. This is the articulation. This is winged petiole. Second type is bifoliate. Third is trifoliate. Fourth is quadrifoliate, and the last is multifoliate. Again, this is a unifoliate leaf. The example is citrus. Bifoliate example is the Zorina. Third is trifoliate. This is petiole. Example is oxalis. Fourth is quadrifoliate. The example is Massalia, or this is petiole. Last is the multifoliate. The example is bombyx. So next I am going to discuss the pinnately compound leaf. Pinnately compound leaf: when the leaflets of a compound leaf arise from the sides of the rachis, the leaf is said to be a pinnate compound leaf. The example is the leaf of rose. The types of the pinnate compound leaf: the pinnate compound leaves may be peripinnate when there is an even number of leaflets, as in the Cassia fistula, and which is also known as the amartas, or imperipinnate when there is also a terminal leaflet, as in rose, so the number of the leaflets is odd. If the leaflets of a pinnate compound leaf are themselves pinnately divided into smaller leaflets or pinnules, the leaf is said to be a bipinnate, as in the acacia or albizia, which is also known as shireen. If the pinnules are again pinnately divided into leaflets of third order, as in the Melia azedaric, which is also known as Derrick, etc., such leaves are known as tripinnate. The different types of pinnate compound leaf are described as follow. First type is pinnate, a compound leaf having leaflets on each side, on an axis or midrib. Second is unipinnate, having leaflets on each side of axis, for example the cassia. Bipinnate, the central axis produces the secondary axis which bears the leaflets, for example the acacia. Fourth is tripinnate, the secondary axis produces the tertiary axis which bear the leaflets, for example the moringa. Fifth is decompound, more than thrice pinnate, for example old leaves of coriander. Sixth is peripinnate, the pinnately compound without a terminal leaflet, for example in the cassia. Imperipinnate, the pinnately compound leaf with an odd terminal leaflet, for example in rose. So these are the types of leaves. Pinnately compound leaf of one's pinnately compound leaf has leaflets which are attached to the rachis red and are not directly to the twig. The rachis red is the extension of the petiole blue. So leaves are represented, leaflets are represented in green color. This is the rachis in red color. Petiole is represented in blue and bud in yellow. So this is a twig in brown color. This is again a pinnately compound leaf. Pinnately compound leaf has leaflets. This is the rachis, this is petiole, axillary bud, stem, and in the last you can see that this is the petiolule. So petiolule is a stalk of a leaflet of a compound leaf, or petiolule, the stalk of any of the leaflets making up a compound leaf. Pinnately compound leaf is divided into unipinnately, imperipinnated, unipinnated, peripinnated, bipinnated, tripinnated, and decompound. Again, the pinnately compound leaf is divided into the following types: unipinnately, imperipinnated, unipinnately, peripinnated, bipinnated, tripinnated, and decompound. So, the first type is the pinnate compound leaf. And pinnate compound leaf, a compound leaf having the leaflets on each side on an axis or midrib is called pinnate compound leaf. This is unipinnate compound leaf having the leaflets on each side of an axis, and the example is the cassia. This is unipinnate compound leaf in the cassia as shown in the figure. This is bipinnate compound leaf. This is rachis leaflets, and these are pinnules or petiole. So in bipinnate, the central axis produces the secondary axis which bears the leaflets, and the example is acacia. This is again the bipinnate compound leaf. Again, this is bipinnate compound leaf in albizia, acacia, and jacaranda. So this is a compound leaflet or primary leaflet. This is a compound leaflet or primary leaflet. This is a pinnule or pinna, secondary leaflet. This is rachis. This is petiole. So this is a bipinnate leaf, and the examples are albizia, acacia, and jacaranda. So So what is the definition of pinnule? So pinnule is secondary division of a pinnate leaf, especially of a fern, or any of the lobes of a leaflet of a pinnate compound leaf which is itself pinnately divided. This is a bipinnate compound leaf in acacia. This is a tripinnate compound leaf. Tripinnate means the secondary axis produces the tertiary axis which bears the leaflets, for example in moringa. This is rachis, these are leaflets, petiole, and this is the rachilla. This is a tripinnate compound leaf as shown in the figure. Again, this is a tripinnate compound leaf. This is a rachis, tertiary axis and secondary axis. Again, this is a tripinnate compound leaf. Tripinnate compound leaf in moringa. Moringa mellingtonia as shown in the figure. Again, this is a tripinnate compound leaf in moringa. Tripinnate compound leaf again in moringa. Next is the decompound leaf more than trispinnate, for example old leaves of coriander. So old leaves of coriander are represented as decompound leaf. This is a decompound leaf again. Again, this is a decompound leaf. So this is a decompound leaf in coriander. Decompound leaf, the example is coriandrum as shown in figure. Decompound leaf in coriander. Again, this is a decompound leaf. Next is the peripinnate compound leaf. Peripinnate means the pinnately compound without a terminal leaflet. Example is the cassia. Peripinnate or evenly pinnate compound leaf. It has leaflets and rachis and leaf as shown in the figure. Peripinnate compound leaf in cassia. Again, this is peripinnate compound leaf in cassia. And next is imperipinnate compound leaf. Imperipinnate means pinnately compound leaf with an odd terminal leaflet. Example is rose. Imperipinnate or oddly pinnate compound leaf. So oddly pinnate compound leaf has leaflets, rachis, and this is the whole leaf. Imperipinnate compound leaf in rose. Again, imperipinnate compound leaf in rose. So this is the unipinnate peripinnate compound leaf and unipinnate imperipinnate compound leaf. First is unipinnate peripinnate, which includes the rachis and leaflet pair. Next is the unipinnate imperipinnate, which has the odd terminal leaflet, and this is rachis, and you can see these are leaflets. So even pinnate leaf in the Ceratonia and odd pinnate leaf in the Robinia. So this is the even pinnate, and example is Ceratonia. It includes the rachis, leaflet or pinna, and this is petiole. Odd pinnate, the example is Robinia. So this is a pinnate leaves. Imperipinnate, odd pinnate and peripinnate, even pinnate leaves are present. Again, this is a pinnately compound leaf. Imperipinnate, odd pinnate and peripinnate, even pinnate leaves, and it includes in the imperipinnate odd pinnate there is a terminal leaflet, and this is a stiple and this is stipule. On the other hand, this is a peripinnate or even pinnate compound leaf. Both of these are included in the category of pinnately compound leaf. So what is the meaning of stiple? A small paired leaf-like structure at the base of certain leaflets, or secondary stipule. A small stipule at the base of leaflets and not at the base of leaf, as in the case of the true stipule. For example, the species of the Andira. Stiples are only found in compound leaves, and a leaf that bears them is referred to as the stipulate leaf. So these are the different types of the pinnate compound. First is unipinnate peripinnate, which includes leaflets and rachis. This is unipinnate imperipinnate, odd leaflet is present, leaflets and rachis. Next is the bipinnate, which includes pinnules, secondary axis and rachis. Next is the tertiary tripinnate. Tripinnate includes the rachis, secondary axis and tertiary axis. Next is decompound with the primary axis as shown in the figure. Again, these are the different types of pinnate compound leaves. So the first type is unipinnate peripinnate, which includes the leaflet pair and rachis. Second is unipinnate imperipinnate, which includes the odd leaflet, rachis and leaflets. Bipinnate includes the pinnules, petiole and leaflets. Tripinnate includes the leaflets, petiole, rachis, rachelia, and decompound leaf includes the rachis and petiole. Again, these are the different types of pinnate compound leaves and leaflets. Odd pinnately compound leaves, even pinnately compound leaves, bipinnately compound leaves, tripinnately compound leaves, and palmately compound leaf. So next is the twice pinnately compound leaf is also called a double pinnately compound leaf. A twice pinnately compound leaf also has leaflets green, but they are attached to the side branches pink of the rachis red. Again the leaflets green, the rachis red and the side branches of rachis pink and the petiole blue form together one compound leaf. As with a single leaf, the bud yellow grows where the petiole is attached to the twig. There are no buds where the leaflets are attached to the side branches of the rachis, and no buds where the side branches are connected to the rachis. So this is a twice pinnately compound leaf, also called the double pinnately compound leaf. Leaflets are presented in green color, side branches in purple color or pink color of rachis. This is a rachis in red color. This is bud in yellow color. Petiole is represented in the blue color as shown in the figure. Again, the compound leaves, the first is imperipinnate compound leaf of rose. B is imperipinnate compound leaf with the alternate leaflets in the Morea. D is the peripinnate compound leaf of Cassia fistula. E is the bipinnate compound leaf of Acacia. C is tripinnate compound leaf of Melia azedorec as shown in the figure. So these are different kinds of pinnately compound leaf and different kinds of palmately compound leaf. First is peripinnate in Cassia, imperipinnate in Rosa, and next is the bipinnate in Caesalpinia, and the next is tripinnate in Moringa and decompound leaf in Coriandrum. These are different kinds of pinnately compound leaf, and this is the different types of palmately compound leaf. First is unifoliate citrus, bifoliate zorina, and trifoliate oxalis, quadrifoliate masselia, and multifoliate is bombex. So both of these are the different kinds of pinnately compound and the different types of palmately compound with their examples as shown in the figure. So they have the different examples. Peripinnate has the example of Cassia, imperipinnate has example of Rosa, bipinnate has example of Caesalpinia, tripinnate has example of Moringa, decompound has example of Coriandrum. And the next different types of palmately compound leaf, it has example unifoliate has example of citrus, bifoliate has example of zorina, trifoliate is oxalis, quadrifoliate has masselia, and next is the multifoliate which has example of bombex as shown in the figure. If you like my video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and press the bell icon as well for further notifications. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your time and appreciation. I hope that you will enjoy this video and you will like it as well. Thank you so much.